This is the reality which we are faced with in South Africa. The question is, how long before someone wakes up and decides to do something about this crisis which we face?
It's a brand new series coming out. A lot of people obviously don't really know the issue at hand and what's going on. So why don't you guys sort of broadly explain a little bit about the series first off?
The series is basically about 4 of us American special operations guys going over to South Africa to help the South Africans fight these poachers who are wiping out the last of an endangered species, which is the rhino. So it all centers around that effort of us 4 going over there and assisting them to save the rhinos. We're problem solvers. We travel internationally and solve problems that can't be fixed either diplomatically or militarily or through any other means. We're kind of a last-ditch effort. And in this fight, they reach for us because this crisis is really at that level. They want a last-ditch effort, bring in some guys that can find out what that proper mechanism is to actually change the dynamic of this battle and save the last of a species that's been around for 50 million years.
What were some of the scarier things that you guys encountered when you were over there?
I think that the thing for me was knowing after the fact that we had been stalked by a pride of 600-pound lions.
I'm not a big fan of snakes. I mean, there's a couple snakes, and it wasn't the hot time for snakes, but we were crawling into ambush one time, and you know, I'm looking for the perfect spot as a sniper. I'm like, I gotta set up in this perfect spot, and I'm walking up, and the snake goes right up under me.
Police! Drop your rifle! Drop your weapon! Move away from the weapon. Tell them to lay down and put their hands to the side.
The first episode sort of sets up the mission. Talk about the part 2 and 3, what viewers can expect from those.
Gradually learned that we really had to. It wasn't going to be a fight guys one-on-one out in the woods type of a situation. It was you need to create intelligence, and that's what we're talking about. When we talk about intel, we're talking about who is the enemy, where are they going, what kind of guns do they have, what's their plan, where are they going to hit.
You also need to see some of us meeting up with the locals, finding out that they're really passionate about what they're doing. We could mess with some more animal play, get hands on some of the animals, and Africa's awesome. South Africa's just awesome in general. Just to be there is cool.
We can take, as hard as we fight, there's only 4 of us. So we can take out as many poachers out of the fight as we can, but really what's going to matter is what happens once we come back home. How much of that can we share? How much of that can continue in our absence? And then even greater still is how much of that can we share with the rest of the globe through the power of media, television. We're allowing it to be filmed and videoed so that everyone can see this and be inspired along with us and motivated to pitch in. What can we do financially, politically, any other means? Apply some pressure to bring a resolution to this crisis.